The more skills you have, the less you'll ever worry about money. And here's the mistake that I see everywhere. People step into a side hustle and first thought is, how much money can I make? And that mindset kills them before they even start. The focus should never be on the money at the beginning. The focus should be, how can I learn this skill so deeply and so consistently that I end up better at it? Because here's the truth, money doesn't lead, skill does. Money always follows value, and the value comes from mastery. And most people quit because they don't see money fast enough. They weren't chasing the skill, they were chasing the payout in the first place. And if you're only chasing the payout, you'll never stick around long enough to actually get good. So don't chase numbers, chase the skill, build it, sharpen it, and the money has no choice but to follow. That's how you stop worrying about money forever.
All right, probably gonna be a slightly controversial video, but let's get into how I spent my $53,071 monthly paycheck for the month of August as a 25-year-old who's been working for herself the last 5 years. Let's get into it. Few things before we do this. I don't have a trust fund. I dropped out of high school. I don't have a GED or a high school diploma or a college diploma. I don't have any of that. I've been working for myself since December of 2020, and I average around $40,000 to $50,000 a month. Let's get into how I spend it. So that is what I spend. Break it down. First and biggest portion every single month, taxes. Last month I paid $14,000 in taxes. Put it away on the side. Savings, $7,000. Stocks, $2,700. Crypto, $1,500. Rent for my 3-bedroom house, $3,500 here in South Florida. Business class one way to Asia. I'm going to Tokyo, I'm going to China, a bunch of places. $3,031 for one way. One of my Tokyo hotels for 3 days is $1,900. The rest of them, I believe, you just pay when you get there, or I paid already, got a check. I'm going to Shanghai, so one of the hotels I booked was the Amman. Bucket list. $1,074 for one night. It was my mom's birthday in August, so I bought her a Louis Vuitton keychain. I also paid for half of her dinner, split it with my brother for the family. I think it was around $600, maybe a little bit more. Car payment for my 2025 Model Y, $670. Car insurance, $550. Cleaners, I try to get my house cleaned at least once a week. It was around $500 to $600. I put $500. Vet bills, because my dog had an ear infection, $400. Phone bill, $250. FPL, power and lights, $250. So based on what I talked about, so we're not including food, any other expenses, we're looking at $37,925. I want to preface a few things. I've been working for myself the last 5 years. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not an overnight success. I do e-commerce, more specifically branded drop shipping. So when you're looking on TikTok Shop and you're seeing affiliates promote a product, right? I own the product. That's what I do. So it's branded drop shipping. It's not the scammy drop shipping that you're probably used to. I solve problems. People pay me. That's what happens. So I've been in this for 5 years. You can achieve these results, given you put the work in, given you don't give up, and you don't have analysis paralysis. The biggest thing is taking action. I don't care what product you choose, pick something, stick with it for 3 to 6 months, and I guarantee you, you will be shocked at the results. I don't think people realize that all it takes is one decision to change your entire life. I have thousands of videos about this dating back years, documenting my journey. So I recommend checking them out if this is something you want to look into. But this is how I spent my $53,071 monthly paycheck for the month of August. Bye.
Don't ever tell anybody, especially your family members, how much you have saved or how much money you have to your name. I heard this a very long time ago and I've never forgotten it. And I've even given this advice to my own sisters. Never tell people how much you saved. I was listening to a podcast and they said that if you tell people how much you have saved or how much money you have to your name, you basically set yourself up for a big problem. Whenever they're in any situation or they're in any, let's say they're in a massive debt or they're about to do something, they think, I can do this because Barotti will bail me out. She's my sister, she'll bail me out. And that might sound absurd to you as somebody who would never do that, but there are so many people walking around thinking that you will bail them out because you have the means to. And that doesn't mean they're a bad person, it just means that they rely on you, and that means that they rely on you a bit too much. Protect yourself and keep things to yourself. How much you make should really be kept to yourself, and it's harder to keep that to yourself because we all talk amongst ourselves, amongst our friends. But I think how much you have saved and how much money you have to your name is definitely something that should be as private as the most private of all. do not be telling people how much you save, especially your family members. And like, obviously share, because you reap what you sow, and I definitely believe in sharing. But do not tell people how much money you have saved, especially if they're not good with money, because they will start to include you in their plans.